Hey, what's up guys? This is your boy Travis back at it again here at Big Boy Tour Reviews. And this time we are taking a look at SH Figuarts Trafalgar Law for One Piece. And we got another late review coming in hot and heavy. Here he is in his box. I have not taken him out. I have not touched him at all. So this will be a completely blind review. But that is it for the box. Let's get him out of his plastic coffin and take a look at him. All right, so here he is out of the package. And I know it's kind of hard to see his face at the moment because his hat is giving him a shadow over his face, but we can get a little bit closer here. He is ridiculously hard to stand because of this cape that is not removable. So that's a thing and also a problem. But aesthetically, he looks fantastic. I definitely like, so this is his Wano look, because I think for some reason SH Figuarts are working backwards. He looks good. He looks just like himself. His face looks fantastic. Let's get a close up on his face here. His face looks really good. The lines and everything are done really well. His eyes are done nicely. I don't know why he's looking up. I hope not every face that he has is looking up like that. Like I said, this is a blind review, so I have not seen any of his faces or accessories at all. I like the tattoo on his chest. His pants are done really well. Shiny boots or shoes, they look good. His cape looks fine. I don't have a particular problem, if I can speak. I don't particularly have a problem with his cape. The issue is that it's not removable. And they do this split thing. So my whole thing is, if you're not going to put his cape on any type of hinge, which it doesn't look like it's on a hinge, unless I just can't see it. No, there is a hinge right there. So there is a ball hinge in here. So there is a ball hinge in there. So, I mean, I guess that's fine. I mean, you can't do anything with it. I mean, you can't make it flow or anything like that. So I don't really understand the point. I truly don't understand the point. Just make it all one piece. At least aesthetically, it'll look better, right? I mean, I truly don't see the point. And you can't remove it. So, I don't know. Anyway, the tattoos on his arms look really nice. I know this light is definitely blowing him out in some ways. But yeah, the tattoos look really nicely. It's when I get up really close that it might be blowing him out a little bit. I could change the exposure. All right, I changed the exposure a little bit so he won't be so blown out. Yeah, like everything looks good. He looks like himself. It's just unfortunate that for some reason they made a decision to make his cape permanent. Like, I'm sure you can heat this up and pull it off, but why? What are you gonna get, two of them? A little bit closer on his face. His earrings are nicely painted. His sideburns look good, and they're sculpted, which is nice. So yeah, his earrings look pretty good. I don't know why he's looking up. His hat is a soft sculpt, but I think that's how it looked in the anime anyway. I didn't pay a lot of attention to his cape in the anime, so I'm not quite sure if it's supposed to look like it's melting. I thought these were like feathers or something, but it looks like it's melting. So I don't think that's how it's supposed to look. Is there an actual picture of him on the box from the anime? No, there is not. So I don't know why they made his cape look like blue chocolate that's melting in the sun. But it doesn't look bad. I just don't think it looks like the reference that they're trying to go for here. He does have his tattoos on his hands. So we got death and death on each finger. He has a tattoo. So that looks good. Nothing really to say in the back. But yeah, he looks good. He is impossible to stand, so you will definitely need to use what I assume he comes with, a stand. I would have to assume he comes with some kind of stand to use, because he has to stand very far forward to compensate for that cape. But aesthetically, he looks good. So anyway, let's get on to accessories. All right, so for his first accessories, he does come with 2 gripping hands. I believe this may be to hold his scabbard. He has the, I think this is the Heart Pirates symbol on his hands, I believe. I'm not sure, but those also, all his hands also have the tattoos on it, so these look really good. Then he comes with another pair of open hands. This might just be open posing hands. I'm not sure what these are for. Then he comes with 2 sword gripping hands. So the first gripping hands I think are for his scabbard, and I think these are to hold his sword. They do have the nails in there. They're so little, and my hands are so big. I can't. It's hard for me to hold them. Then he has 2 thumbs up hands. So I think this is for his shock willy. I think that's what these are for. That power, but they give you no effect for it. So I think this is for shock willy, but you would never know because they didn't give you an effect for it. Then he comes with 2 hands that are like this. One of these are for room, and I think it's this one. I think this one is room here, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, these look really good. And then I think this is for Kroom, like when he wipes his sword down and puts his power in his sword. That's how he fucked up Big Mom. So I think that's what this one is for. Then he also comes with another headpiece without the hat, so that's nice to have. Then he comes with an assortment of faces. He does come with a smiling face. I guess this is just where his eyes are. His eyes are set in anime. Maybe they're just at the top of his eye all the time. But it's like a smiling face, and that looks good. Then he has a yelling face, painted very nicely. Sideburns are sculpted in, so I like that. Then he also comes with a kind of teeth gritting face, so that looks good as well. Then he comes with this face, which let's just show both of these faces, because he comes with the Luffy Build-A-Figure face. And I believe this is when they were too stubborn to move out the way when Kaido was about to give them a blast breath. And so him, Luffy, and Kid both sat there and just, because they were stubborn and, you know, they didn't want to look like punks, and it was like, I'm not gonna move out the way until you move out the way. So I think they all got hit by it, or did Zoro deflect it? I'm not sure, but that's the face for that. And then he comes with his sword, or his scabbard. Then this soon comes out, yep, and it's nicely detailed. I do like the way that looks. So he comes with this fake sword in the scabbard dealio that they do now because companies are lazy and don't want to actually put the swords in the scabbard. And then he comes with his sword. Don't ask me what it's called because I don't remember. But that also looks good as well. Nicely painted, nicely detailed. So I like all of that. He comes with a total of 0 effect pieces. So let's get on to the articulation. Also, he comes with no stand. No stand. No stand on a character that can't stand up on his own. Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. Let me check the box before. Is it taped to the box? Nope, it ain't taped to the box. So it comes with no stand. So that's fantastic. So we'll just do the articulation with the cap on because he normally wears his cap anyway. Looking up, you're going to run into the back of this cape, so he's not really going to look up much at all. He can look down. His head is, I assume, on a double ball peg. Yep. So that's good. So he should get just fine back and forth, but again, you are running into that cape. I'm sure if you are brave enough to heat this up and take this cape off, I'm sure he would get a whole lot more articulation out of that head and neck. But so far, he can do basically most head things. He just can't look up. For his shoulders, if you can get this out of the way, he can go up that far. I don't know if I can get this out of the way, but yeah. But it looks terrible because the cape is making it look terrible. But he can't go up that far. He does have a nice butterfly joint that he can get across his chest pretty nicely. So I do like that. Bicep swivel is there. He also kind of has a swivel here in the shoulder. He can't get his arms all the way around because the cape is going to block it. He has over 90 degrees on his elbow, and it doesn't look too bad. I don't mind that. He has the typical SH Figuarts hinge joint. His torso, I'm not sure. There is definitely something going on there because they have it cut in the back. So let's see, can he go back at all? He can go back a little bit. That's not too bad. Forward. Not really, and that's using the waist and the torso crunch, but it's not too bad for a guy that has a shirt on. He does have a thigh swivel. He can kick up that far. Back, not really at all because they sculpted the butt cheeks. Splits, that's as far as he can go in the splits. But Law doesn't do a lot of kicking, so that's fine. He can go over 90 degrees here on the knee. And let's see how his ankles are here. You can go up that far, down that far, and can you get him an ankle rocker? You can. And he does have a very tight toe articulation. Very tight, but you kind of want the toe to be tight. So that is it for articulation. Pretty standard. Nothing, I didn't expect much more from him. He's not that much of an agile character. He's not a Luffy or anything like that. So for me, I think that is just fine. So let's do some comparisons and get the hell out of here. All right, so here he is standing next to the standard Luffy from SH Figuarts, and then we have obviously here 5 Luffy, and they look fine together. Again, Law is standing way too forward because of this damn cape, but if I could stand him up straight, which I can't, but if I could, you would see how much more taller he is than Luffy. Now, Luffy is standing on a base, but yeah, Law can't stand up on his own, and he doesn't come with a stand or a base or anything, so I'm gonna have to use one of these to stand him up, but that's what he looks like next to Luffy's. Here he is next to Sanji and Zoro from SH Figuarts. So he is taller than both of them. I believe he's taller than Sanji. Let's see, I know Sanji is a little tall. He might be about the same height as Sanji. I do have him a little bent over here. Him and Sanji might be, yeah, well, Sanji is on this base, so Sanji is a little bit shorter than him. I forgot he's on that base, but yep, there he is next to these two. And obviously I have to stand him up because he won't stand on his own. All right, and here he is next to the 2 biggest figures so far from the SH Figuarts One Piece line. And we have him next to obviously Kaido and Yamamoto. And yeah, I mean, obviously Kaido is supposed to be gigantic. Technically, he is still out of scale, but they look good together. But that is it for comparisons. Now let's get into my closing statements. All right, so in conclusion, closing statements, whatever you want to call it. I personally think he's a good-looking figure. He obviously has his issues. The fact that you can't take the cape off is absolutely nonsensical. I mean, it just makes no sense. There's no reason that he should not be able to take off his cape. That's one of 2 of the most ridiculous things that are a problem with this figure. And number 3, because you can't take off his cape, he can't stand. He can't stand in a static pose like this without leaning so far forward that he looks like he's doing the Michael Jackson lean. Like, you can't. Look how far up he has it, and this is relatively straight. He usually has to lean further than that. So yeah, I don't like that. So I think he is an essential piece to this SH Figuarts line for One Piece, but it's just unfortunate that the decisions that they decided to go with when it comes to this cape. The cape is really and truly the biggest issue with this figure, and it causes other issues with it. But other than that, the aesthetics look good. He looks like the character. He comes with good accessories. He probably could have came with some effect pieces, like some Shock Willy effect pieces, or like the room effect piece or something like that. But it doesn't seem like any of these figures are actually coming with effect pieces, to be honest with you, which is a travesty in itself. So that's it for the review, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.